volume. Hello, my nerdkind. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Okay.
Yes.
Baby, my heart's on fire.
Sorry, my mixer's doing some weird looking shit right now. Okay.
I believe we're all audible.
Woohoo! So yes, hello. Welcome back to Magic Fish Radio. I am both brain fogged and overcaffeinated today, so we will see how this goes. I am Ms. Chrysilla. I'm the GM today, so I'm playing basically everyone else. Yes, hi chat. Hi. And looking at how my Zoom screen is set up. Okay, let's be mean and start with one of the noobs. So look, we have two new players that stuck around after our one-shot test game. Woohoo!
We appreciate them both.
We appreciates them both. Because now people can have less guilt when having to not show up to game because sudden apocalypse problems. Yay!
Woo!
5 is a nice number. Woohoo!
It's a good round number.
So, Zardoz, who are you and who are you playing tonight?
Zardoz, also known as Matt. I am playing Holiday, who is going to tell anybody about the character or just let them sort of discover it as they fall into the universe?
What do you want to do?
Let's make it exciting and let them figure it out as the day goes on.
That is a good choice.
I approve of this plan.
Alright, next is Dracus. Who are you playing today?
Hi, I'm Dracus. I'm playing Klaus. Today I'm hiding from the Chiron group because we have definitely recently stirred up some shit with them. And yeah, so that'll be fun. I'm the resident mage and drug dealer, and that's about that for the moment, I think.
Okay, directly below me on this screen, Merc, who are you?
I'm Mac. I'm playing Dune the Wolfblood. Dune's a wolfblood from out in the countryside where the wolves all gather because they don't like coming to the city. It's too tough to get to the other side, as it were. And today I plan to do a bit of weapons shopping, but ups, if I can find a weapons dealer with the good merchandise and a good price.
Oh shit, we're being raided.
Oh,
Hi, Norsemeat.
Oh,
This has never happened before. We have no emotes with which for you to defend yourself, chat, so you're on your own, yay? Hi, Raiders.
go wild.
Go wild. Whatever, we have no emotes for you because we are not affiliates, so...
And also not artists. Well, at least I'm not, but...
Thanks, Scott.
Oh, hey, bro. Like, oh, someone's using emotes in our chat. First time ever. It's amazing. This is way better than getting trolled. Hi, Raiders. We're just getting
Raiders.
About our weird game. So next, going Widdershins would be Josh. Who are you today?
Absolutely. So I am Petruchio, who is a vampire, who is the boss of Carve Limited, who therefore employs most of the people in the game, and is also the team hacker. And today is planning on hacking the evil company that we apparently possibly shouldn't be poking with other hornets' nests, but we are anyway because we want to find out what they're doing.
This can't possibly end badly.
Oh yeah, no.
Let's poke the megacorp in this cyberpunk setting. Hooray! And lastly, but not leastly, is our other noob. Hello, Trixie. Who are you today?
hello, I'm Trix, and I'm playing Presley today.
Ooh.
And you guys get to figure out about everyone, what she is while we go.
New Presley. Presley also had a body double. Who knew?
Presley's a change. Presley has all that face changing stuff.
Presley has shapeshift.
It's
Presley is now
NWoD.
me.
It's NWoD. Who's not a shapeshifter? Oh, if they're Viking raiders and they're gonna have fun, because Eden system was definitely founded by space Vikings.
I just thought it was funny that we were raided by someone with Norse in their name, because like raiding and Norsemen go together.
Woohoo! Raiders! Woohoo! Yet we still only have 10 viewers, according to OBS. OBS, why are you being a...
OBS is lying.
OBS is lying.
It does that once in a while.
It gets really annoying when we're trying to raid someone else, and it's like, you have 3 people in chat. I'm like, what? What?
Sounds fake, but okay.
Anywho, I am trying a new microphone setup today, so do tell me if you can't hear what the fuck I'm saying. So welcome to Exit to Eden, a world of darkness in space. This is a very weird, both setting and system hack for NWoD/COD plus more initialisms to come, I'm sure, every time White Wolf needs to put out a new edition of something or other. So yeah! Should I say mean things about what? Nah, I shouldn't. We're live. I have opinions and feelings. They do not have a place here. Anyway, so 6,000 years in the future of the modern nights, humanity has spread out across the stars, and the world of darkness went with them, secretly protecting them from all sorts of weird shit in deep space. And then as soon as the veil fell in the new 1700s, after a war with an alien race called the Thurazaz, or the True Fae, after which changelings came back, it's a whole thing. People got slowly more anxious about the existence of supernaturals. Now in the course that basically no one knows where Earth is, or what happened to it, just that for some reason a whole bunch of humanity left, and a bunch of supernatural stowaways went with them. But it is now 41 something or other. The core systems, which were the first colonies by humanity, hate the supernaturals the most, and it's actually illegal to be a supernat in the core. Then there is the Expanse, which was the second wave of colonization after the 1700s and the Thurazaz War. Conveniently, humanity decides, let's expand out after a war. Just so the people we are now angry at within our own ranks can go somewhere else. And Eden system is actually about as... In the days that it was founded, was about as far to the outer edge of the expanse as one could get without falling off the edge of known space. Who knows why?
That's not to say that some people didn't fall off the edge of known space, but
Yeah, there's a whole thing, about what you can do and what you shouldn't do because laws? We play with that a lot in this game. About 50 years ago was another war against an alien race known as the Silent, and humanity is still not actually sure what they are, just that they actively used all supernaturals that they could find as weapons. So there's even more reason to hate and fear supernaturals. We are basically in a post-gender society where racism, homophobia, and all the other isms are gone to be replaced with classism on steroids and hating supernats.
And speciesism, basically.
Speciesism, I guess. If for those that consider supernaturals to be a separate species.
So humans then.
Yeah. Muggles. Norms.
Not very accepting, are they?
And supposedly we won the Silent War because we're all still alive. After which, the core decided, let's open up what we now call,
The Verge, I believe.
The Verge. Thank you, because my brain blanked. Which is very much outer frontiersy, spacey Firefly land. In the Expanse, it is mostly megacities and cyberpunk and all that, which Eden is its own weird little thing. So it's become a new kind of center of trade and transit between the core, the Expanse, and the Verge. And some of these mofos run an underground railroad that helps Supernats get out of the core and the Expanse and into the frontier. They are cleverly disguised as a tourist agency.
Yeah, very low key. That's us.
Very low key.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
low key. Totally.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's what the entire bar we burned down said.
You did
You know, if
burn
you
down
pay
a bar.
people enough, they consider it low key.
Well, not just that. They burnt down a building, an urban 15-story building with a bar in it at the bottom.
We
I
were
started the
going
bar in,
for the
4 or
bar,
5,
to
I
be
think.
fair.
Yeah, so we have fun here. But this week, instead of running off to parts of space unknown to help rescue clients, etc., our protagonists, because World of Darkness heroes aren't exactly a thing, our protagonists were implored by one of their contacts to attend the Expanse. What the hell did I call it again?
ICT?
ETC.
ETC.
Because that's easy to remember. The Expanse Tech Conference, which is its official name. Unofficially, it's Hackercon. Where, a bunch of nice hacktivists get megacorps and other big companies to pay for exhibition space and thus fund all of the actual fun stuff that's going on, like any convention. We've been here for at least 3 or 4 episodes now, and I have no intention of speeding us through anything, because I miss con season. And let's see, so players, old players, can you give me a short rundown on what your first day at the convention was like?
So, we came to the convention. Well, first we did some, as they say, pre-gaming of the convention. I went out and got some of my cousins and stationed them at a bar nearby, so that in case we needed to encourage Chiron Industries to not bring their synthetic humans and their policies about synthetic humans to Eden, we could do so with the correct amount of force, of course. I believe Petruchio baked some cookies, and
then lost them.
Klaus, I believe, hit up some corporate contacts to see what drugs they should bring to get the maximum out of the convention. If I remember correctly, which I may not be.
That's about right.
Priceley was confined to the office because Priceley had been coming to work hungover, I believe, or something.
No, it's just, your intern Jimothy wasn't around. So someone else he had took a sick day, so Priceley had to take over the front desk.
Indeed. We all hope for Jimothy's safe recovery.
No, he's better by Friday.
There you go. Right, Petruchio. I'm gonna keep messing up these P names. Petruchio lost his cookies and therefore instigated a manhunt, sort of, for the cookies.
Cookie hunt.
Both Klaus and I went downstairs to the dealer's hall while Petruchio was upstairs in the exhibition, and I encountered a vampire. Klaus, I believe, purchased a mask, and Petruchio did not find their cookies at that point in time, but did manage to get themselves onto a panel. They attended the panel, and there was some
You
other.
skipped over something important.
And then we all went to the Chiron display in the exhibition hall, where we caused something of a ruckus so we could.
Yeah, we did that.
You did that first.
We actually did that first, yes.
Yeah. I know the panel was really fun.
So
yes.
We went to the Chiron exhibition in the exhibition hall, and there we caused a bit of a ruckus while Klaus snuck a back door into their systems because we could not convince the upper management to have us to let us see the backstock, as it were. So
well, no, it's they had the catalog there, but it's just like, you know, it's like when you're looking on a website trying to buy something, and it's like, it's here, and then you actually go to click to add it to your cart. It's like, it's not really here.
In which we discovered that Petruchio is in fact quite bad at catching someone's eye to hypnotize them. Who knew?
Von True, people skills, Hashtag Von True problems.
Anyway, after while the panel was going on, Dune was sniffing out cookies that Petruchio told them, and found several different variations of the cookies that Petruchio had made, but not Petruchio's cookies specifically. It wasn't until after the panel that Petruchio was able to locate the cookies that they had baked specifically, because of the tracker they had placed in the case of the cookies. They were in as I believe, game development hall, where they would be developing goose games based on an incident that may or may not have occurred earlier in the season.
Imagine a room of future game developers all designing Untitled Goose Game in various formats and styles. We had everything from side-scrollers to VR simulations.
One of them was definitely Flappy Bird, but Flappy Goose.
That was amazing.
We didn't describe it, but it occurs to me there was almost certainly a Goosatron game.
And Petruchio, I believe, managed to earn themselves membership in the Code Monkeys.
Code monkey like you. Anyway.
Klaus started
Goosatron
spreading the rumors about the goose incident and blowing it way out of proportion because, you know, what else is Klaus gonna do in a room full of people who are mocking their mistakes?
I mean, was it really blowing it out of proportion, because it was a Gulmoth, i.e. an abyssal spirit.
Yeah, but
disguised as a goose. A horrible goose.
It pulled some bullshit and stole some stuff, and Klaus is probably embellishing the story even further.
Dune is still pissed about it.
That's fair.
Ooh.
Dune isn't in the room.
Yeah.
Alright, so, yeah, chat. Sorry you weren't here for our panel where we actually were able to finally have a chat interactive game within our game. We'll try, if we ever, you know, we only need like 9 more followers, and then we maybe get to be affiliate, and then there can be chat buy-ins with channel points. So, if y'all want to just follow us, that would be awesome. But yeah, so the first day at con closed, and is there anything any of you wanted to do, you know, because con parties are a thing. And there are bars all over. You're in Farmingtown. But there's a map. Someday I'll post the map. It'll be awesome. We're basically, the Sal Convention Center was built up, and then all of these hotels grew up around it. So it's a bit like, you know, Dragon Con. But with a convention, no, so it's more like Gen Con.
So Petruchio was invited to join Code Monkeys. So if Code Monkeys is having a party, Petruchio will want to go, but also bring a laptop so that they can hack Chiron while they're there, because we did, after all, install a backdoor to play with.
Oh, yes. You are going to make a lot of friends at this Code Monkey party.
Yeah. Dune's either going to check in with his cousins that he stationed at the bar, or he's going to see if the phone number he got is still good.
Was that whose phone number was that?
Cat.
Oh,
Cat
you mean Marguerite?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That vampire that you didn't trust and you're gonna call her? Oh.
No, I didn't trust her. It's that
I finally start flirting with one of my players in character and like, what? I'm like, oh, you're gonna call her? Okay.
I was warning her that the convention people might take a dim view to her, you know, bewitching a salesperson.
The local military is literally run by pirates, and you think someone's gonna bust her on that. Okay.
It's using... It depends on what she got, you know, because it's not that it's pirates, it's the fact that,
No, but
you know,
my morals are important! It's like, okay.
And if she got a 50% discount, that's probably, through hypnotizing somebody, it's probably okay. If she got a 95% discount, maybe not. But, you know.
Yeah, I'm saying is that letting magic into negotiations isn't, you know, it would disproportionately favor changelings, which might piss off the other people.
And vampires.
True.
Rule 0, thou shalt not get caught.
Exactly. If I caught her, somebody else might have.
So, alright, so, Klaus, is Klaus looking for any parties?
Oh, probably.
Because, they've got goods to sell.
Yeah. I'm probably just, like, party hopping, go sell some stuff here, see if I hear any fun rumors, move on to the next club, and, just not linger anywhere too long.
Yep, with your convention badges, you can... You get entrance to a lot of parties, and there are a lot of local clubs, at least in this neighborhood, offering discounts. I forgot my written down notes. Okay. Is this the right book? Yes! Yay! Sorry, guys, it's been a day. It's been a 48 hours. Alright. So, alright, we'll do a little bit, so, let me look at your character sheets. Alright, so, Petruchio, are you actually going to hack with your new Hacksaws friends?
Sure.
Awesome. So, roll to hack.
Sure.
Roll a Hacksaws.
So that's a 0. Zeros are bad, right? No, wait. That's
Zeros are
not
good.
true.
Zeros explode.
Explode.
Roll again.
So
That's
chat,
right. I did it's 10 again. That's right.
this is more or less a mashup of first and second ed NWoD, because we went back to the Mind's Eye Theater book to make this a little less punishing on any of our players who don't regularly play World of Darkness games. So it's 1d10 dice roll, 10s explode, and then you add your dots instead of every dot being a d10. Because I didn't really want my players having to order new physical objects in the middle of a plague when we started this. Not that that plague has ended. So.
Okay. So we start with an 11. We have let me just stare at this character. Sorry, I have it shrunk slightly so that I can also see other things like the chat. Blah blah. So this is an intelligence check, I believe. Is it intelligence or wits? I assume. I think hacking is intelligence.
Let me open your sheet.
I know what my numbers are. I was just checking to see which stat I should be using. I'm going to assume intelligence. We can adjust if I'm wrong. So it's a 15. Computer is 4, so that's a 19. I have a hacking introduction specialty, so that's a 20. Do I add anything else in? For instance, I have these hackers around me. Should I be adding my 3 dots of contact hackers in?
I'll allow that. You also, for some strange reason, your hacking specialty gets you a +2 instead of a +1.
So that brings us to a 24.
Which is 6 successes. 5 is a crit, but it's my own fault. This game started as a module, so I technically built 4 of these 5 characters. So it's my own fault, but also I like crazy shit in my games. Because it's fun for me to have people break my own game. Okay, so what exactly are yes, hacking is fun, but what are you actually trying to look for?
What I'm trying to do is get information on what Carve is doing with respect, or planning to do with respect to Idun.
You mean Chiron?
Not Carve, sorry. David, why does
Carve.
everything have a K name starting?
Well, technically,
yes.
Chiron is a C.
That helps so much.
Yes.
It's a CH, right? Or is it? Yeah. Sorry. What Chiron is doing or planning to do with respect to Idun, and to to synths in the area, and particularly to synths of Klaus's line.
Okay.
Which were of course decommissioned. Or
all right. So are you checking emails or like their space slack.
Those both sound like great ideas. Yes.
Okay. All right.
And I have some hacker friends so that we can have multiple eyes looking for interesting things.
Oh yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, cool! You made a backdoor." And it's weird because as you are hack-soaring with these new people, basically there's kind of a 24-hour coffee shop that isn't officially having a party, but it was basically the call. You know, you got a text from your new friend Pod, who is that cute non-binary person that was moderating that panel you were on. Cute young vanilla human, you're sure. Well, it's not
vanilla
always
human. Am I sure they're a vanilla human?
vanilla.
They might be a strawberry human. You never know.
Exactly. Chocolate chips. I don't know.
Everyone's got the oatmeal crack cookies of varying recipes. It's very interesting.
A third of them have selfies with Dune.
Basically, the coffee shop, you know, it's kind of like what the Kiev was back. Miss you, Kiev. Where it's sort of like a side area, seating area next to the kitchens, and then there's a back room that's usually shut down at this hour of night, except for when there's a bunch of nerds who want to take over the back room, and so they're like, all right. So they don't seem to mind that you've brought your own food. And y'all are just anime typing, and it's awesome. But as you're hack-soaring, you feel like you're I don't know if Petruchio is a particularly spiritual person.
I don't think so.
But they would almost feel like a kind of spiritual connection with these people as you're all working on this process together. And you've hacked with. You've done you've done all sorts of computer stuff with other people.
So it's a little like hacking with family, is what you're saying.
Not even that. Like, you know, your family trained you quite well.
Mm-hmm.
But here there's this, like, ineffable kind of feeling of connection you have with these people that you have not had before.
It's hacking with found family.
Simpatico.
Yes. And you're pretty sure that gave you an extra edge with your hacking specialty, and that was nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, now whenever you use hacking, you get +2 instead of +1.
Ooh.
So just make a note of that somewhere. And I believe that counts under interdisciplinary skill spec.
Right.
So,
Do you want to just modify the character sheet when you get around to it and just put 2 dots there? Probably the easiest way to remember.
I will mark it. Yeah. I have so much editing to do next week. I was gonna do it this week, but you know, experimentation with new supplements sometimes backfires. Anyway, back to the game life. 7:42 already. All right, so yeah, you let's see. Megacorp, what were you planning? Yeah, between the Slack, the space Slack, and the emails, and it's, you know, once you get one, you get all of them, or most of them. You definitely get a sense that, as always, like all the Megacorps, Chiron is trying to get a foothold in Idun's system.
Right there.
And this has just been, like, the Teflon system of the Expanse when it comes to Megacorps. Like, Idun's system is weird in that it's not owned by an elite family or any other kind of imperial government presence. It is not owned by a Megacorp. It does have its own autonomous, like, somewhat socialist government that governs itself and is democratic, and despite many machinations from many sources of people with money and power, they just cannot break it. And a lot of people are getting pissed off because it's been 2,000 years almost, and like, no, we want a piece of this place.
Especially considering that Eden City is 50 square miles of city, and then the rest is planet, as opposed to like every other, which is like
yeah, that is
Planet
also
City.
weird. there's a lot of farmland still on this planet, and even untouched or less touched wilderness for vacation, and not just vacation for the rich.
Wolf country.
Wolf country is the farmland. And
did
some
they have any deals pending? Well, one, actually, did they have any deals pending for etc.? And two, because there was a bigwig there. I'm wondering whether there's actually a reason that they're there.
So there's one account that you don't seem able to hack. This person, you do get a sense that their name is Gale, and that they are in contact with basically what you did was you want to talk to the highest ranking foot soldier in this booth of the Megacorp. You get a sense looking this over that there is someone above them that won't show up until Friday.
Right.
And they're basically, talk to whoever you can, get contact info, put them in contact with our office at Strognoi Station. Like, maybe we'll get lucky, but we're, Friday night we're going to try and, basically they're planning to Friday night to have their own little private party for certain government movers and shakers in Eden system while they're here. And you see in the Slack that at first they were going to put synths in the catalog, and then they remembered, wait, they have anti-slavery laws here. It's like, all right, we'll just edit that out. So, and, like, there's still that general recall of the LAU line, but they don't seem particularly concerned about it. Because, unfortunately, one elite family did employ an LAU in this system, and that synth was just turned into the authorities.
Wait, is that just happened?
That happened according to the records, or according to what you found. This happened within 24 hours of the recall going out. It is
When
not
did the
it is not the person you rescued.
Okay.
So yeah, they got one of them because there are still rich people. There are still 1%ers in the system, and a lot of them still suck.
And has that synth been shipped out of the system?
Yeah, you can't figure out what happened to them.
Right.
So you were basically hacking the remember how I said, like, yeah, the plugin merit, you can have just like an iPhone in your head.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what you're hacking, are the internal processors in some of these employees' own skulls. Like, they have like a bit of a server in their booth, but it's through that you are then getting to everyone's personal computers, whether it's on their phone or in their brain. Because cyberpunk.
Oh, we're totally not leaving backdoors to potentially exploit later.
Yeah.
Insert Subroutine chicken dance.
You do see that on the Slack, some of the underlings are hanging out at a local club tonight after the exposition, the expo hall closes.
I will forward that information to Klaus in case they want it.
Okay. Okay. I would actually like to move on to the next day because we have 2 new players who haven't gotten to do anything yet.
Yep,
agreed.
Good.
Sorry, friends. But yeah, for some reason, this Gale person, or what was their, you get their Gale Frentic. They seem to be non-binary. And they are in these conversations, but for whatever reason, you can't hack their account. So you get the sense that this is the person who's actually in charge here. And their goal is, we are trying to get a foothold here so that we can, lobby at the local laws and open a factory and get all the things we want. Because we're the Megacorp and we're entitled.
Yep.
Why won't it work? Why won't it? Who knows?
Do you share the information with Dune?
Sure.
So yeah, their goal is what it always is.
I will share basically a bullet point, including some of the the core events that we're seeing coming here. I'll send them to the company.
Company group chat.
Yep.
Corporate espionage on the
We have
company's
like 3
account.
of them, and some of them include Jimothy, and those that do are often playful mocking of the intern. We appreciate Jimothy. We really do.
You named him. Okay, so yeah, and you also get from the Slack like a sense that some of these Chiron employees are rather racist against supernaturals, and they're like, well, if Supernats didn't control the government here, we could do things properly, the right way. And it gets very creepy how much they think that their way is the correct way to do business and shadow control governments.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Yeah, shadow control governments are totally not the right. You want them controlled by vampires. Oh, sorry.
Chad, if you don't already know, the current vampire of Eden City the current mayor of Eden City is a vampire, but they're a Carthian. So, there you go.
As opposed to Petruchio, who is an Invictus, which is to say the group of vampires who do think vampires should control the universe.
And the prince of Eden City is an Invictus, as it should be. Anyway, so con opens next day. There's, more people here because it's Friday, not Thursday. And let's check it. Pricely, you get to go to con today.
Hooray!
You get a badge. You get a...
I feel so official.
Did I put Pricely in a union?
I
think I did not. Whoops. Okay, so is Pricely carrying any weapons? A no is permissible.
I'd say no.
Okay.
If you need them, Dune keeps them in the office.
Good to know.
Wednesday is weapons cleaning day, right? Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay, so they're nice and clean.
Weapons cleaning. Thursday for knife sharpening.
Ooh, nice and sharp and clean.
There's a grenade drawer, but Dune is the only one who carries the key to that one.
Yeah, I was going to ask about keys. These weapons, in fact, all like in locked cabinets or something, or are they just sitting there just in case, we have a disgruntled guest?
There's this big whiteboard that opens kind of like that scene in Men in Black where it's like you open it and there's like a gun cabinet and it's...
Well,
yes.
I was imagining
that's one of them. There's one taped beneath every desk. There's one in the umbrella stand. There's some in the lampshades, and some of the artwork, the decorative frames do contain knives.
I was gonna say, I was imagining it's not like one stash of weapons, it's various weapons hidden in discrete places about the office.
Yep.
Reach under any desk or, table leg and you're bound to find something fun.
Basically.
Okay. So, Presley, you get to go con! Yay!
Yay!
Holiday, are you going to buy your own? There are still tickets available. Are you going to buy your own, or are you going to try to use connections to...
I'll buy my own.
Yeah, okay. It's you also get stickers on your badge for being, I believe, your Mercs union? Your mercenary union? You're conservative. So you get a sticker for conservators? So you get an orange sticker for conservators, and a gray sticker for merchant marine. And are you carrying any weapons?
Yeah, I'm carrying my pistol and my light blade.
Okay, then you also get a yellow sticker. The person is kind of confused because most people with gray and yellow stickers are in the mercenaries union, but they're like, whatever, it's legal here.
Somebody has to call a lawyer.
A full contact lawyer, apparently. Backstab. Yay.
I mean, if duels are legal, you gotta have a legal second, That's his job.
Okay. So, does Petruchio have any other panels today?
That's a good question. But I think the answer is no. Actually, Petruchio does have a panel, but it doesn't have a topic, so we're not going to play it out. But we did establish Petruchio had 2 panels.
Okay. Then that makes it easier for Holiday to find you. So you have been put. So Captain Dowd has put you in contact with someone called Narissa Flax, who is like, oh yes, check out this guy named Petruchio. Who goes by Petruchio. They will be at this panel at this time, and they run a, she puts in quotes, tourist agency that I think you might enjoy working for, given your proclivities. And yeah, Petruchio is, on this panel with a few other weirdos. About a panel about what is it about? We don't have to play this one out, but what's it about?
I'm trying to remember what topic. Does anyone have any ideas for topics? Because I'm blanking.
There's computer archaeology. There's business tactics. There's
data encryption structures.
I was gonna say file organization.
Compression algorithms.
Sure. It is a panel on quantum compression and decryption.
Ooh.
That's where it's at.
And Holiday has.
I say out of character. Who's
Holiday
not
has
the
a
computers guy?
computers of 2, so you can follow some of it. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So yeah, panel happens, panel ends. Holiday, do you approach the strange person with the briefcase and the oatmeal cookies?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Hello?
Hello. I was put in contact by Captain Dawood that you might run a tourist agency.
I do indeed.
Excellent. Where exactly do you run tours to?
Oh, various places. Most of our customers come from elsewhere in the Expanse, and even in the core. We will run tours to here in Idun, various places in the Verge. Generally, places that allow one an openness and a freedom to breathe.
I have a friend who's looking for a place like that.
Really? Let's come get a drink with me.
Sure.
Walk and talk.
I'll just get when they say Holiday, come get a drink with me. Holiday, would you roll wits investigation or wits occult, whichever is higher?
Investigation. And it's going to be wits occult, and it is. Grab the magic dice. I rolled a 12. I think I did. Yeah.
So as this sort of sticks out as they say, come get a drink with me, as they are rather pale, and you have a kind of sense of heat being Novacort, that this person's body heat is lower than usual, and they're not blinking. So you're like,
It's not the first time.
Not the first time, but it's just all those things kind of stick out at you suddenly with that one phrase. Lol.
I want to suck your blood.
And this guy does look familiar. You think you've seen them at Saga before. And Petruchio, this person also looks familiar. Would you like this would be more wits investigation though.
Sure. So that's damn it, one die.
Yes.
One die. 6 on the die, wits I think is 3. Wits is 3, so 9, and investigation is 1. So 10, which is a minimal success.
Yeah. So, your brain connects this guy with Saga, but you don't remember how.
Huh.
But it is your.
What is Saga? Remind me what Saga is.
Saga is the local tavern, with the brothel in back,
and
the industrial nightclub above the brothel. It's a whole thing. It's a full service inn, basically.
Emphasis on full service.
Well, it's legal in this
Favorite
system.
hangout.
It's legal and organized in this system. So yeah.
Right. Oh, have I seen you with Saga?
Probably.
Ah. Excellent. So once we're situated,
Where do you go for a drink? And are you in the convention center? Do you find a hotel? Like what? Or a hotel bar, I should say.
For this, I think the hotel bar will do. We don't want to get too far out.
It's 5 p.m. somewhere in the galaxy, so.
Yep.
Timed liquor laws aren't really a thing in this system.
So you say you have someone you're interested in that might be interested in our services.
I have a friend of mine. Ex-co-worker is a better way to describe it.
Is it an amicable ex? No,
Patricio, I think, did not, in fact, get a drink, but
neither did Holiday.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, this place does not have blood on tap. Saga does. This place doesn't for some reason.
It just goes to show the quality of bars these days.
Well, it's a hotel bar.
Under that circumstance, and given that we're using the things, Patricio will in fact get a drink of something red and occasionally pretend to drink it, but it's polite.
And it's nice to pay for a drink while you're taking up space.
That's why it's polite. Yes. Coworkers, former coworkers, you say. What kind of tour do you think they're interested in?
Oh, they want to get someplace nice and pretty out there. As far as what you think would be a safe place to visit for you. A
safe place, you say? It depends a lot on the nature of the clients.
Oh, Johnny's a good kid. He means well.
Not every place suits every person. Johnny, you say? I will text Pricely in case they want to join this, given this is starting to turn into a sales conversation.
I would gladly join.
Hotel bar,
as you said.
And it's good to have someone around here who will eat or drink.
Drinking and sales, you say?
At the Space Westin.
It goes on the company card.
Oh, sign me up.
6 magic words.
Yeah, this is not exactly a profit-making business. It's not like we don't have money. The point is the services. So, Johnny, you say. So, what is their situation now?
Johnny is looking for a nice place he could find a job, settle down. He wants to take a tour of the Verge to see if there's any planets out that way that suit his personal interests.
Well, I have some places in mind, but I still need to know more. Not to put a too far point on it, is Johnny a supernat of any sort?
No, Johnny's normal.
All right. That certainly makes things a little easier in certain ways. One might want to avoid some of the high danger places, unless Johnny likes that kind of thing.
Johnny's a Marine. He's probably not going to care.
I see. Any difficulty? Anyone? Does anyone? Are there any obstacles to Johnny taking a sudden vacation?
He's going to owe somebody a bar tab, but that's about it.
Oh, are you also a former Marine?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. How are you currently situated?
Oh, I get by.
Has Priceley shown up yet?
Yeah, Priceley's here.
Sure.
Priceley,
Hello.
You see that your boss is clearly speaking to a changeling. Holiday, if you want to describe what you look like to the other changeling in the room.
Oh yeah, Holiday in his fey seeming is a couple of inches taller, much more heavily muscled, broader shoulders. Let's see if I remember the description. Oh yeah, you can see that down around his hands there are the start of the outlines of tattoos, and it looks like they go all the way up his arms. And his hair, in his mortal form, his hair is shortcut like a marine. In his fey form, it's long and flowing.
Right.
And he has striking looks, so he pretty.
Yeah. he does hit you off guard, yes.
Amen.
Oh,
Surprised it just walks up and joins them.
yeah.
Hey,
Priceley
how's it
can join us.
going?
This is Priceley, our sales associate.
Hi, nice to meet
Okay.
you.
Nice to meet you.
And Holiday can clearly see that Priceley is also a changeling.
That's comforting.
Pointy elf ears and other fairest stuff going on. Woohoo!
Oh, it's like a pointy Vulcan ears. I mean,
Now, roleplay!
do it.
So we're making a sale, or what are we-
Possibly. Looks like it. Apparently, there's where is you said Johnny? Where is Johnny situated now?
I think he's over on the other side of the city.
Oh, that shouldn't be bad.
where is he wanting to move to?
Someplace else? He wasn't very specific or picky.
I want to meet him then.
Yeah, maybe if we like see him, like we can get a better idea of like where he would like to go. Maybe, I don't know. If we meet him.
Possible. Give me a minute to make a phone call. Communicator. He's not going to answer the phone because he's probably asleep after being drunk all night.
Arcane asks if he plays the fiddle.
Hmm.
That's one reason to leave town, yeah.
Or if he
Yeah,
wants to
so-
go to Georgia.
Do you know how long he's planning on staying in the new place?
If he finds a job, he'll probably stay.
Yeah, seems legit.
Is he looking for any specific kind of work? Because that also might help us figure out where he should go.
If I remember correctly, his MOS was infantry, so he doesn't have a lot of appreciable job skills that would be something you would want in anything outside of law enforcement or military.
All right.
I'll leave a message for him to contact me as soon as he wakes up.
Okay.
If he's interested in a new colony, those generally always want people in that skill set.
Well, then he should be in high demand.
So,
Now, what's this type of operation going to set us back?
We can talk details later.
Yeah.
Sliding scale.
Nothing you can't afford.
All right.
Money. We don't know how money works.
Money.
gold. So, well,
Let's
they're doing.
Let's
Go
say
ahead.
imperial credits work the same as American dollars, because then I don't have to think about it.
Works for me.
Also known as why every Japanese video game has things that look very strange to American eyes because they're really in yen.
Yeah.
Basically. While they're having this conversation in the hotel bar, Dune has taken the list of things that Petruchio got off the Chiron servers and seen that Chiron's holding a party tonight for bigwigs. And he's started calling up his cousins. Got a party to crash.
Okay.
We're gonna crash a party tonight.
Oi, party crash! Oi!
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Indy. Call up cousin Sam and the other cousin Sam and cousin Lachwin. We're going to need everybody for this tonight. Just telling them what's going on, essentially. I mean,
Okay, it will be a little tricky because they are basically they're having a private party in like a penthouse type bar situation.
mhm.
Not impossible, just tricky.
I mean, all you need to do is get one person in the door, and they can let in everybody else.
Yeah, basically. Or, find one of the more spiritually inclined wolf bloods and have them, get us in.
The gauntlet is very high in this city. Like if if
Yeah.
I could make it a 6, it would be a 6, and that's why werewolves don't like it here.
Yeah. But the spiritually inclined ones are the ones with, like, magic and stuff who can, yeah.
Yeah, but the magic of walking through walls is typically the magic of walking through the gauntlet, and ooh.
Right. No, I'm not saying walking through walls. I'm saying, possession, that kind of stuff, or mind fuckery.
Okay.
Because Dune doesn't do mind fuckery. Except in bribes.
Okay. So more roleplay.
Yes. So I'm gonna call up the bar where the Wolfblood Mafia gathers. Like, I've got some cousins here, but like we want more cousins.
Yeah, you can find more cousins. There's a whole. You've got your Wolfblood Mafia. It's everywhere. Here.
Yep.
In this city. And yeah. So what is Klaus doing today? Since
I'm
Klaus
not
doesn't get
honestly
hangovers.
sure. Yeah. I mean, Klaus has been spending a lot of the time at the con thus far just like tagging along with other people. I'm not sure that they would be able to keep up with the wolf bloods, so
I mean, the
just...
wolf bloods might want some substances, but
I'm probably just like wandering around and checking things out and looking over my shoulder for Chiron and keeping an eye on my phone lest anyone need anything.
Okay. You definitely see a new person kind of milling about the Chiron booth. They are wearing the same kind of uniform charcoal like skirt suit. They seem somewhat non-binary in their style. Well, aside from the skirt. But
that can be a non-binary thing.
Yeah. And they're not really talking to customers, but they seem to more be scanning their employees. And you definitely get a sense of that is a bigger fish than the other fish.
That's management, yo.
That's management.
I think I want to, take a picture that happens to have this person in it.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
We're at a con.
It's easy. And, send that to the company group chat, be like, I think I found the upper management, and just, let that be out there.
I'll throw out the name of the person.
What was it?
Gail, what's her face?
Frantic.
Gail Frentic. Yep.
Right.
Has to be Gail Frentic.
Yeah, and
The
Texting.
unhackable one.
Yeah, most of the employees at this 3-story booth, because imagine the Javits Center 20 stories tall, is this convention center. So yeah, 3-story tall Chiron booth. Most of the employees are definitely wearing kind of like a uniform of suit or skirt suit or pantsuit or some kind of suit. And it looks very uniform. Theirs looks a little bit more expensive, and they're also wearing like a Chiron like logo button that looks rather nice, like not like a cheap mass-produced like we're gonna make the cheapest tie pins possible for our employees. This one looks a bit more quality. Let's just say it's Moro's sense, since one of your spheres is matter.
I don't know about management, but I have a plan for later that will hopefully spoil their plans for the city for years to come.
Does this person read to me as elite rather than just management? From the pictures?
From the picture, you can't really tell.
Okay.
I type in the accent, by the way. Just for you.
Yes,
Yes.
Oh, I'm in awe.
Sometimes Klaus looks at the text messages from Dune and goes, I can never tell what the fuck he's saying.
What is happening here?
I can understand you just fine when I'm hearing you, but like
the speech to text doesn't do very well sometimes.
Yeah. Klaus, while you're milling around, you hear a lot of buzz about the Frontierville game. That still has this really big setup in like one corner of the convention hall, and supposedly like a really awesome VR simulation video game thing. And people are like, there's still no line. We should go check it out. And
I'll strike up a conversation with some of those people who are like talking about it and be like, hey, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about that. What is it?
Oh, it's like, I don't know, I think they're like an indie game publisher, so maybe they're here to like get bought out by a megacorp to take over like the distribution rights or something. But it's like, yeah, I mean, those happen at ETC. But it's like, it's really cute. Like, they have this whole like setup. It's really spread out, and there's all like these like trees and little cabins and things that look like they look in the video game, and like screens of gameplay. And it's like you walk through this this kind of like white arch thing, and it like scans you, and then you know basically just walk into the video game. So
oh whoa, that's some cool tech.
Yeah, it's a really some kind of like new like advancement in just like, you know, brain interactive VR where you don't need a headset and you can actually like walk around and stuff. So
Yeah.
we're probably gonna check it out later.
Yeah, have fun with that. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, but yeah, so
Sure hope that the goose doesn't get into that game.
Oh dear. So I'm going
I'm
to
going to stay away from that one for the moment, because if it's scanning me,
So I've reached out
trying
to cousins,
not to draw
and
attention.
I'm going to try and see if I can find somebody on hotel staff. If not a wolf blood, then somebody kindly disposed to someone with enough money to pay them off, essentially. To see if I can.
say that again. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to find hotel staff I can bribe to get, if not into the thing, then at least access to the specific event, as it were.
Okay. Roll manipulation.
I'm so good.
And let's say socialize.
Oh god.
You now have 2 social monkeys in this game. You might utilize your teamwork. I'm not saying I'm against splitting of the party, but like I've diversified y'all for a reason.
We put the two social monkeys in the same place. That was not smart.
He's not good at it. If I fail this, I'm gonna call.
Well, I didn't know Dune was gonna go schmoozing.
I wasn't smart. Dune is gonna try, but Dune's like super intimidating or whatever. So like,
Hello, I would like to pay you off.
I'm not gonna bother rolling because it's like, you know, people part before him like fish before a very large predator fish, you know. So it's like, oh well, clearly this isn't working. So I'm gonna call Pricely to see if I can get some help from that venue because I don't know Holiday yet. I don't have your phone number.
So is there anything I can help you with while you were helping me with getting Johnny on a boat?
Oh, that's a good question. So I'm actually going to drop out of character for a moment, because I want to get a sense of where you, Zardos, want to go in terms of this relationship. I know, I assume that your plan is to eventually join Carve Limited, but what is your path? I want to get a sense of direction where we want to steer things.
You stopped role playing.
But meta role playing is good too, and negotiation is excellent.
Sometimes you gotta know what the other players are thinking, so
He's
that you
probably
can
an
reach
independent
an
contractor
end.
for now. He's happy to help out, but he doesn't necessarily want to be in the company, but he is more than willing to tag along on jobs and help with the overall goal.
Sure.
He wants to be paid, essentially.
Yeah. No. Okay. That gives me
He'll
a
do
sense
his
of
own
where we're going.
taxes, but he wants to be paid.
You know, not doing taxes would be really fun.
Well, you seem like an interesting person. You happen to be in Idun. I was wondering whether you are in any want of short-term employment. We occasionally need some extra people, and it's a pretty small company.
I'd be happy to work on a case-by-case basis.
Absolutely.
Ringing up Pricely.
Yellow. Yellow.
Well,
Pricely, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the group chat, but I have a plan for this evening that requires some assistance of the more social nature. I've been trying to talk to the hotel staff to get an in, as it were, to the specific event location, but they are not particularly willing to talk to me.
Got it. I can come help. I will come help. Help's a friend in need.
Yeah, they're just in the next hotel over. So
Oh,
it's like, you're like, yeah, like across the street.
Have I also heard about this VR system, or have I not heard about that yet?
You definitely heard Frontierville it's unusual for an indie game to buy up such a large plot of territory in an expo hall at a con like this. Like they don't have the multi-level thing that like Chiron is, but even taking up half the size of what Chiron has is a lot of money to sink into this event. For an indie game that no one's heard of, or an indie publisher that no one's heard of before?
Sure.
Like, it's not impossible, it's just like, this is... So people are like, ooh, new big shiny game, and other people are like, nerd intrigue.
So, I'll set up a meeting between Pricely and your friend Johnny. We can handle that after the show. But in the meanwhile, I was thinking of checking out Frontierville. Are you interested in joining me?
Frontier what?
Frontierville. It's a new VR game. Apparently, they scan you and put you into the game, and you just walk around. I don't really understand how it works.
That doesn't sound suspicious at all.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking of checking it out.
Okay. Why don't I go with you in case something dumb happens?
Well, if something does happen, dumb does happen, then you will be retroactively considered to be on the job. So
Workable.
I will conveniently find myself near that booth at the same time they decide to show up.
Okay. So, first, let's go follow Dune and Pricely for a bit and see if Pricely can succeed where Dune has horribly failed, because Dune is a big scary person, and
So I'm trying to
naturally
help them get into
terrifying.
the place.
What?
Now you're trying to help me bribe a worker at the hotel to get me and my cousins access to the floor where the fancy shindig is going on. Some of my cousins are there. They're not quite as tall as I am, and their coats are much newer, but they are very clearly not hackers.
Okay.
They're more like whackers, where they're the people you send after people's knees.
The other kind of trench coat mafia.
Yes.
Alright, so, Pricely, I will say this is also manipulation socialize, and I will allow you an additional +1 for first impressions,
Okay.
since you have a skill spec for that.
You said manipulation and socialize.
Yes, so manipulation is a 4, socialize is a
Okay.
5, and then +1, so you're starting with a 10. So, oh, here's one thing I might have forgotten to tell the noobs. So don't roll a 1. 1s are botches.
Okay.
But this being this system, you know, if one success is an 8, then if you're starting with a 10, you will already have a success, just don't roll a 1. Because,
Okay.
you know, more botches are fun for me. But then y'all crit the fuck out of this game, so I feel it justified in having the crit fail be 1 out of 10.
Yeah, it's fair. So I roll
1d10 and add the
1d10.
dots.
1d10 and add 10.
12.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. So what kind of staff member are you looking for? Between the two of you. Housekeeping? Okay, yeah, they're
Yeah, housekeeping.
It's about midday, so yeah, the housekeeping staff is out and about, you know, cleaning up ballrooms, cleaning up, you know, various public areas, cleaning up rooms, obviously. And there's a dude with, you know, his cart and his, you know, broom and broom bucket and all that stuff, and he's kind of just putting stuff away on his cart, and he's like, "Oh, can I help you?"
Yes, kind sir. My friend here, wants, to be able to go visit, their cousins, and they happen to be going to the fancy shindig that is going on in your fine establishment. I was wondering, could I possibly, just, you know, get them access and just like hands over money?
How much money do you hand him?
That is a good question.
How swanky is this hotel?
Leans over to Dune. Do we have a set amount for bribing? How much are you willing to go for?
I have sources. I'm willing to go up to 2 personal favors, or 1 favor from Orchard. I kept some for myself.
That's fair. That is fair. What they just said. So, kind sir, we got a deal.
That would be about, I think, $7,000.
Not so much for personal favors. That's
Fair.
universal favors. Those are the gold standard. Whoops, that was the wrong screen. Where are your character sheets? I have them.
I do have 1, I think. At least 1. Because we got, like, 8 for the Trail of Destruction, the goddamn goose left. And we gave 4 to the company and took 2 each, I think.
That sounds right.
The guy looks honestly confused, like, Orchard's, like, free for everyone? Oops. I wasn't supposed to do that either. Sorry, new computer smell has some drawbacks. Oh wait, oh good, it didn't ruin the screen. Okay, Dune, you have a resources of 2. Yeah, this guy, he's like, I mean, universal favor, sure, but personal favors, like, those aren't really backed by anything.
Fine. 1 universal favor.
Oh, sure. And yeah, he's like, all right. So the fancy thing tonight for Chiron?
That's the one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a service elevator. Like, I have
Beautiful.
another. I'm also working the night shift because it's all hands on deck when there's a convention in town. So yeah, I can totally just it's kind of like if you go back to the kitchens and then kind of make a left and down that side corridor, like that's where so there's another entrance to the kitchen that goes into the service elevator, and yeah, so just meet me there. Like, what time?
When does the party start? Do we know that?
The party starts around 9, and it looks like it's gonna go till like 2 a.m.
Cool. I don't want to give them too much time to actually, talk to dignitaries or whatever without a loud, drunken crowd of wolf bloods. There will be some pre-gaming.
Well, you're all Welsh, so technically it's not pre-gaming, it's lunch.
There you go.
This is
That's
to be
mean.
expected.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 9:30
Wolf
then.
bloods.
9:30.
Okay.
Much appreciated, sir.
All right. Yeah. Nice doing business.
My work
with you.
here is done.
So yeah, does Dune have any of the universal favors to their own name that they kept?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
I had 2 to my own name, so one goes to the guy.
Okay.
But
you can pay people in cash in this game, just so we know.
yeah.
That's what I was assuming you do, but then you threw out favors, and I was like,
the Cars Limited has a resources of 5.
I was like, hands over cash. How much are we going for?
Like, there are other systems.
I asked how fancy the hotel was, and nobody answered me. Because if it's a really fucking swanky hotel, we need at least $1,000 to make it worth their time. Because people tip like $300.
You're right.
Like, I don't know how swanky it was, so universal favor. Everybody accepts that.
Plus, the favor system is just kind of fun.
It's true.
It is. It is. They're a bit like boons and vampire, only they're all minor boons, although you can cash in more than once. And members of the Conservators Union can just generate one a month. Because they're technically the Harpies.
I just like that it puts value on, like, people's skills.
It was, the favor system was developed by, the unions, because sometimes the unions get called in to help in a system where there isn't really a government or money set up yet. And Imperial credits can be hard to come by in those areas, so it's basically like, whether it's a natural disaster, or we are trying to set up a brand new colony, it becomes useful to, like, these are things that can be cashed in later that are not necessarily money. So it's, a frontier harpies. There we go. Yeah, so that's going on, and so Churkio and Klaus and Holiday. Or rather, Petruchio, you and Holiday, your new con buddy, because you go to cons and you make new friends.
Sure.
Yay! Yay! Or
Just like
I
real cons.
do, because I'm not afraid of people. #extrovert life. Yeah, so y'all are heading, it's like really like out towards the back, there's a wall there, and this is a big space, and this thing is pressed up against a wall. And it is like, and Klaus, you kind of, what, Dune?
Before we start this section, it is 8:30.
Oh, yes. I forgot to set my alarm, because I am having a brain fog day.
I should like to take a break.
Alright, so
Breaks are great.
we will take a 10-minute break. I will set the timer this time. And then we will reconvene in 10 minutes. I will probably be in chat because I don't usually need much break time. And we will get back into game. Adventures in cutesy VR simulations.
Totally,
So,
that's exactly what's going on.
so don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a few minutes. Chat, if you have any questions, just ask them in chat and I will look over and answer them. So, alright, and this is me turning off the audio. On volume, on. Hello, chat. We're still here. You're still here. Let's have a game. Woohoo! So yeah, it seems a lot of you raiders are still here. Thank you for sticking around with us. Please follow our channel, because then maybe someday we can do affiliate and have more chat buy-ins for our game, which I am so looking forward to because I like the chaos. If I didn't like chaos, I wouldn't allow my players to crit on their rolls so often.
We just do it for grits and giggles.
Of course.
I live off puns. This is why one of the reasons Merc is here. Because
I
I'm
can
not very
feel-
good at them.
I can feel disdain in Dracus's gaze.
Feel the silent judgment behind the mask and the glasses. Alright. So, just going back over my notes. And yeah, so, last we left our protagonists. Pricely and Dune were buying their way into, or buying their Wolfblood rugby team into the swanky Chiron Group Megacorp soiree tonight, so that they will presumably fail at wining and dining local business and political pundit peoples. Because the Megacorp's just doing what a Megacorp gotta do, you know? Buy their way into system government and force it to do everything they want. That's all they want to do. And that, it makes everything better. Why won't everyone just admit that?
It's hard to convince somebody to sell you controlling shares in their government when you have a drunk Welshman loudly singing off key the drunken changeling song.
Actually, I say it's basically you've one of your cousins is in a rugby team and he's like, I could just bring my rugby team. He's like, all right, it's a party, boyos! And they are already, it is like 3 p.m. in the afternoon and they have already started pre-gaming, otherwise known as second lunch. And y'all are welcome to join them. But right now, so Petruchio is off with his new potential friend and business associate, Holiday, towards the booth for a VR video game called Frontierville. And yeah, it's basically in like a corner of the convention, but it is a big plot of real estate. And Klaus, you
put a lot of money into this.
Yeah, you are running into them at about this the same time you are approaching this big colorful booth, and I'm not gonna say what it's like because that would make it too obvious, but it will soon become obvious. So you basically walk in and there's like it's not exactly going for realism. It's kind of going for cartoons in 3D. There are, you know, big lush trees with, you know, comically oversized fruits on them. There are also pine trees. There are, you know, big fake looking rocks, and it's basically looks like kind of a semi-forested area. Very cartoon-like. There are also, you know, there's a little fenced-in, like, garden of fake vegetables that are also big, oversized, glossy-looking. It's very fanciful. It's very cute. There are a lot of, you know, cute little lolly kids of varying genders, like, poking around, taking photos, like, ah! And everything's very cute here.
I'm concerned that you're going to corrupt this very pure thing.
Me?
I mean,
How
this is
could
the
I?
world of darkness.
When do I ever run the darkness part? Like, come on.
You've told us there was darkness.
Did I? Whoops. So yeah, there are these like, you know, there's like an area that's like a little like hearth with a rocking chair, and there are like all these like kind of big fake axes hung up over the wall and slingshots and things. It's all very big, comically oversized, cute. And there's, you know, a bunch of people in basically polo shirt, you know, white polo shirts with the insignia for Banyup Games, which looks like you know, Banyup Games and like a shape of a seal. And yeah, so, and you know, they're just, you know, talking to people and would you like to try the game? Would you like me to hold your cell phone and take a picture of you by the big cute cartoony pine tree? And there is yeah, someone wearing yeah, he is also wearing a polo shirt, but he is carrying like a tablet. And Holiday, you can see that this guy is some kind of changeling. Although you're kind of too far to see what kind, you just sort of get that double vision thing.
Yeah.
Of mortal seeming, face seeming, mortal seeming, face seeming. So yeah. So yeah, y'all, Petruchio, you see one of your regular employees is already here. Klaus, you see your boss.
Yep.
I'll like wave when I see ya.
As will I. Oh,
Start making my way
Klaus. This is Holiday.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Klaus is wearing one of the masks you might have seen other people wearing or selling in the dealer's room in the basement, which is meant to jam up facial recognition software. Maybe it works. They're $5. It's a mask.
Some covering is better than none.
So yes, at this time in Eden's history, there is no plague, so yeah. But people are wearing masks, like these masks, these masks, these masks, and all of these things are rumored to jam facial recognition software.
I mean,
But,
it turns out wearing a plague doctor mask does in fact jam facial recognition software pretty well.
You have definitely... There isn't really a official cosplay track at this con, but there are definitely masks bordering on cosplay. Others are more the masks of, I'm a rich person with a fancy mask who doesn't want other rich people to know I was at this poor event. Because when you have an elite class of this magnitude, you have that. Masks are in again. Typically, those are these masks, and they're very expensive. And yeah,
I'm a rich person. I want to deny what I did that I actually did here.
Yes.
Even if people know it was me, I want to be able to deny it was me.
Oh yeah.
But in case people do know it's me, I want the mask to be, you know, pretty damn fancy, so if they do know it was me, they know I have enough money to, you know, do it well.
Oh, the elites. I hear a puppy dog.
That's superior to my neighbor's noises. Mostly the screaming and rave music on Tuesday nights. Anyway.
Yeah, college life. So yeah, y'all, you know, kind of meet up at... It's kind of like, they have a, you know, cute white picket fence kind of around their whole enclosure. And then about, like, half of it is this kind of cartoony landscape thing. And then there's the other half is, like, kind of like a big white polythene tent. You see some, you know, electronics plugged in and around it. And this, you know, kind of white squared archway kind of at the entrance of that. And that is presumably the VR room. So there are lots of people here to talk to.
Sure.
Role-playing? I'm an expert.
Sorry, I think we were some of us were hypnotized by chat.
Okay, game. Give me roleplay. I'm an ex-LARPer. I need it.
The gentleman with the tablet is a changeling.
Oh, that's interesting. How do you know?
Call it a hunch.
I've been kind of curious. I heard that this game has a whole thing with like scanning you into VR, and that seems really shady, but it also looks pretty wholesome here, and I'm
So wholesome.
not sure how to quite handle looking at this.
Well, maybe we can give us a demo.
Yeah, perhaps.
I mean, they've got a big booth.
That's also kind of striking me as weird. Like, this is an indie game. I've been wandering around this con for the last 2 days, and other indie groups don't do this.
I mean, they must be very well funded. But they also want to make a splash. That's interesting.
It makes me wonder what they are looking for out of this. I mean, I could probably go ask, but...
Sure.
Note, common knowledge, I won't make you roll for it, at least one person here is a changeling. So their options for distribution of this game on their own might be limited.
Oh, true.
Because racism.
Right.
Racism. Yep.
Better facism than face shasm.
Oh, I said spaceism.
Spacism.
I was debating whether I heard facism or spacism, and I wasn't sure, and I think it works either way, so...
Anyway.
This is true. This is very true.
So are we currently in the game, or is there an area past this which actually has you go into the game?
I don't think we've walked up to the booth yet.
You are outside of the booth. The entire booth is encircled by this white picket fence that goes right, because it's basically in this nice little corner, actually up against, the corner of two walls in this enormous convention center.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a white picket fence, and there's that, when you walk in, there's that kind of cartoon stuff area where people are taking selfies or having the boothies take their photos with them or for them. And then there's, that changeling guy with the tablet, and he's just sort of, smiling at people, and he's talking to them, and then they go into that archway. And he's kind of keeping an eye on a light on the side of the archway, and just shrugs and, is hanging out.
Huh, interesting. Okay, so I'll go over to talk with them. People can join me if they don't want to.
Yeah, I'll go too.
Sure.
Yeah, so you approach.
Hi. I'm Patricky of Carve Limited. I'm just an attendee here. Are you who are you?
Oh,
are you?
Yeah, I'm actually the I own the company and I'm the head dev.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense. I was wondering.
And he kind of.
You didn't look like a regular booth monkey.
Oh, thanks. I mean, we all have the same shirt on, but our staff, we've explained to them how everything works, but I actually designed it that way, so.
So how does it work?
Well, basically, and he sort of noticed Holiday and kind of like, nods in that way that changelings recognize each other for some reason.
Same trauma.
My trauma sense is tingling. My clarity is quite low. Okay, I just had the notes for how my...
I totally don't plan to sell you into slavery. I mean...
Yeah, so this isn't new tech. It's just it hasn't really been used in a gaming context. It is somewhat developed from what some military groups in the galaxy use for training. when they want a battle simulation experience without the actual battle.
Oh, nice.
So it works a lot like other kind of VR or holo rooms, where it's about kind of the what do you call, spatial kind of twisting of not twisting, I'm totally blanking. Optical illusions, in addition to VR or holo, depending on the system, to kind of make a space seem bigger than it is, like in Star Trek. They fit all of London in one room. Like, yeah. Like Edwardian London at that, or not Victorian London. Anyway. Yeah, so it uses a lot of those tricks, but instead of, using it for battle, which I'm sure will happen, I was able to sort of develop the technology into a more chill game. It's based on some time I spent on a Verge system, where it was just kind of the chop wood, carry water kind of farming game experience. But it's, it's completely immersive, it's interactive. Basically, it starts with, and he points to the art tray, it starts with this system, and then there are more, parts hidden throughout the tent. And it basically, it surface scans your neural interface. Just a surface scan, not an in-depth one.
Oh, is that different depending on your overall physiology and plugins? Or is it because it's surface, it doesn't really matter?
Because it's surface, we've tested it on people with some plugins. And like I said, this is adapted from military tech. Okay, it sounds really scary to say it's adapted from military technology, but really.
I mean, does that mean it's primarily set up for human use, or is it? I guess they have Supernats on the front lines as well.
And I mean, if I can say, I'm a Supernat, so I've done it, and it doesn't seem to have a bad effect on me. We've been able to, test, or rather have it play tested by other Supernats, and they seem cool with it. So yeah, I mean, if you have any concerns, I'm not gonna force you to play this game.
I'm just curious. Also, you were looking at a light up there. I was curious about what that was.
Basically, we just have it set up so that I don't have to stand here with like a clicker. So it's just it'll take count of the number of people in the tent. So once it hits max capacity, like that's when the line will start up. But people have just been in and out. And there's a kind of a sneaky exit on the other side, so yeah, people just have been come in, do some farm tasks, and then head out. And we just have but if there is sort of like a max capacity in this size of a space.
Oh, I assume, and presumably, or are resources not an issue?
You mean within the game?
Yeah.
Not today. Like there are a few settings. We're basically looking to distribute. I mean, this isn't okay, if someone can turn their basement into a VR simulation video game, like I'm not gonna sell this to them. But mostly we're focusing on more the arcade market. Mm-hmm. And so people can game this together. And
and you're looking for a more social environment. Yeah. So you really want the sort of general space. That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, this isn't necessarily a home console game. I mean, there are people with those resources, but right now this is very much a come play it at the con and have fun. There are definitely settings you can set up in the menu that are make things more scarce or less scarce, or put them on a different schedule.
So what you're selling, is that going to be this particular world, or are you also setting it up to be skinnable so people can build their own worlds?
We're starting with this version, but yeah,
right.
Ideally, like, I mean, I am in this for the money too. I am okay with selling the source and then have everything on top of it. Like, yeah, make your own modifications. I'm just here to tell you, like, this is what's possible.
Sure. Yeah. Do you want to try it? I am turning to my friends.
Oh no, I played these in the core, not in the mood to try a passive one.
I mean, try anything once.
Try it if you try it.
Sure.
Okay, so
Hmm.
is anyone stepping through that archway?
I will step through the archway. This person seems trustworthy.
I will follow.
You seem like a trustworthy fellow.
You seem like a trustworthy changeling.
This is scary. I'm letting a thing scan my brain, which is a computer.
Surface scan. And it's also that instead of wearing a mask, now the VR can just kind of interface directly with your senses without it being super invasive. So yeah, Holiday, are you gonna go in, or are you gonna?
Oh no, I'm gonna sit here and talk to the guy while the non-changelings are out of the room.
Okay. All right. So
Trying to get rid of us, I see.
And it worked very, very well.
First, we will go with our two gamers. And yeah, so you walk through it, and it is just kind of like it's almost dazzling for a moment. Like you just were in a dark room and walked out into proper daylight, and it's like and it's especially vampire Von True. It's not going to bug you too much, but it's like Daystar. But so far you're not on fire, so that's cool. And
That's
you
good.
are.
Well, I mean, it's not. It's like it's Earth's sun. We don't even know where Earth's sun is.
It's only the Earth's sun that hates vampires, apparently.
That's definitely how that works.
Sure.
Yes, you walk through this VR into this VR simulation. Suddenly you're on real Earth, and a vampire's on fire. No.
Found it. Found old Earth. That's the end of the game.
That would be pretty funny, honestly.
And not a lot will make the call killer GM.
Fooled you. It's like, no. All right, so you walk
Walk
out.
in, flinch a little bit on reflex, stare at the sun with my inside lurking eyes.
Look at him, now look at me. The vampire is now on fire.
Has either Klaus or Petruchio ever been out into more the wilder parts of planet Balder? Which is the planet.
I don't think so.
No?
Don't
Okay.
think so.
So you walk out onto a lush, grassy plain, and there are some people hanging out and talking. They have various tools on them, like axes of various sorts and slingshots in their belts and backpacks. Everything here looks very natural and calming, but also like more vibrant than reality. The greens are brighter. The shadows of the people look darker than they should be. It's interesting. And a few yards away there's kind of a more forested area where you see more of those trees with the comically oversized fruits on them, and also pine trees.
So among other things, so
in
it
the
does
distance,
feel
there's a lake with like some kind of little cabin house next to it. Very far down the plain, you see that there looks like to be some kind of like farm field where people are kind of farming and tilling the soil. And you see some people around, and they're like, yeah.
I'm gonna try to touch something or picking it up. Can I feel it?
What do you reach for?
Fruit.
Let's see. You said there was there were plants. They were very vibrant. So yeah, I can just reach for like a leaf.
Okay, so there's like a patch of kind of, there's grass, just lush, thick grass everywhere. You can almost feel like that cool grass feeling through your shoes. And there are also, like weeds here and there, and yeah, you see like something that's kind of dandelion-esque, and you kind of pick it, and it feels real.
Well, that's interesting.
This hits different.
Yeah, it's very chill mood here.
This has some applications. I mean, beyond gaming.
Yeah, you see one of the people who's gaming with you, kind of walks up to this this tree with like great big oversized red apples on it, and they just kind of shake the tree and the apples fall down.
Okay.
Gather them up into their backpack, which is not big enough to hold these apples, but somehow is anyway.
Video game logic.
If there's a bruised apple that I didn't pick up, I'm gonna pick it up and see if I can. I have a pocket knife.
None of them look bruised.
Oh,
Like
if there's one if there's one I can grab, they don't seem to mind me grabbing, and see if I can get just to get a scent, whether it has a smell, whether it has a taste.
And they're like, "Oh, sure. Have you just started playing?"
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
Basically, if you go to the what the hell did I call it? My notes. Where are my notes?
Just make up some description of it. People who visited might not remember what it's called anyway.
The hacienda or whatever.
The hacienda. No. Oh, if you go to the outpost, it's that little house by the lake. Basically, you sell stuff that you pick up around to them, and with that you get credits, and then you can buy recipes where you can build tools, where you can get more stuff and sell back to the outpost. But you can also eat them. Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm really eating them because this is VR, but
you can taste them, you can smell them.
I can. Like, and she holds out an apple to you, and it is just a perfect apple. Glossy red, not like the size of your head large, but this is definitely an oversized apple. Like, it's like it's bigger than a softball.
So, quick question, actually, how do vampires work with food anyway? I mean, is it you can eat and it won't provide you any nutrients, or you have to throw up later, or can you basically?
I don't remember if Blush of Health is a merit here. There are some rituals, mostly by Circle of the Crone, that allow you to basically have Blush of Health for a night, and then you can eat and drink and be merry. Generally, you can only drink blood or a substance called lacrima, which is basically Gould plants that you make alcohol out of, and vampires can drink it. Which I had to go to Facebook. I was like, what was the name of the vampire booze? And that is typically also, I believe, a crone thing, but
Yeah, I think that requires the appropriate disciplines to pull off.
So, but it's a very expensive fancy drink for expensive fancy vampires. But yeah, basically, you can do the thing where you spend willpower to not throw something up. But generally, you don't eat food because you don't have the organs to process it unless someone has done a magic thing to you.
Yep.
But this is VR.
Yeah, that's what I'm willing to take the risk. Yeah, sure. I will take the risk that I will have to throw this up, and I will see if I can take a bite of this apple because I'm very curious. Because I'm reasonably assured that it is not real, and if it is, I want to know.
You bite it, and you have the sensation of eating it. But you do not have the sensation of having to throw it up right after, so this is probably not a real apple.
Well, that's fantastic.
Now got a really weird bite mark out of it because, for bite mark, and then you get Petruchio's bite mark, which has weird chunks.
It's slightly enlarged canines. Humans have canines too.
You hear one of the other players, balloon! And everyone's got like slingshots and shotgun. You can tell who's been playing this game longer based on how much upgraded their projectile fire is. And everyone's firing at this balloon with like a little golden gift box attached to it.
I hope you know that the Animal Crossing sounds are playing in my brain right now.
As they should be.
Of course.
At this point, I'm imagining somebody with a shotgun in Animal Crossing.
Yes, this is contributing to the amusement.
That's like the cartoons of the Doom guy Animal Crossing crossovers because they were released on the same day or whatever.
Yes.
They have alcohol in this game.
Do you ask?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Huh.
I mean, this definitely seems like a G-rated game. I'm not sure.
Well,
where
I would
it be
assume
alcohol.
alcohol wouldn't get you drunk because you're not really eating or drinking.
Yeah, but it's the idea of that, what did they say? Substance abuse?
Abuse.
Besides, honestly, the kids probably would not like the taste.
But yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's true.
The peaches just grew on that tree over there. Like, you should just collect some peaches and take them to the outpost and like see what happens.
Okay.
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's a really fun, chill game.
I'm gonna run over and shake the tree.
I admit I'm much more interested in the technology. Patricio says relatively privately. I'm not just saying it to random gamers. Than I am to the game itself. The game is a little repetitive, but
Yeah. So,
Sure, it goes somewhere else.
Yeah, you both noticed that you're each wearing a backpack suddenly.
yeah, I was wondering about our
And
inventory.
it's like, okay, so yeah, you can just put the peaches in one of your backpacks or both. There are like 10 of them. And again, they're not like the size of your head, but they are like peaches that are this big. All of the fruit seems to be uniformly kind of large, like the size of a coconut, rather than what it actually should look like.
How much do I know about this kind of VR technology? Can there, how small can a projector be?
Patricio, roll. That will be intelligence.
And I'm still in space leverage, so
That'll be. I think that would be intelligence computers.
Yeah. I think that's an 8 base. Yes, I did. So that's a 14.
Which is 3 successes. Yeah, I mean, basically everything the guy at the front of the booth said, like, the spatial warping and optical illusions making you think it's taking longer, or it's further away, like, thinking about, like, the size of the tent as you saw it from the outside, like, you would need, multiple, basically, scanners throughout, but yeah, you could do it. It's not impossible. And it would take, you have heard of military using this kind of technology for that kind of training, but that kind of simulation would take a lot more power. As,
if you actually wanted to seem real rather than a little cartoony.
Yeah.
Right.
Both for realism and because in those simulations, the players are constantly being attacked, rather than just kind of passively wandering around and poking at things.
Yeah. And I mean, we haven't seen any real high-velocity projectiles except for the sudden flurry of slingshot bolts at the present.
And one kid, of course, did try to shoot someone else with their shotgun while, after someone else shot the balloon, and it didn't do anything.
Right.
So it seems that this has safeguards. It's like, no. No.
That is not part of this game.
So yeah, what do y'all do next with your peaches?
To the outpost.
Woohoo!
Sure.
Yep. They're doing a good job with all the optical illusion, because it does feel like it's a good, while before you get there.
So while I'm doing that, so once we've gotten to the outpost, I will check on my phone to see how much time has passed in real life.
You can't read your phone.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yikes.
Like, wait, what? It's like it's just a black screen.
So it's blanking out your phone. That makes sense.
Or it's part of you're not sure, like, this could be part of the programming, this could be a glitch. So you're not actually aware of how much time has passed.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, Patricio, you trust that holiday guy out there, right?
Well, there's trust and there's trust. It's not like I've been inside his head for hours or anything. But he seems like a cool guy. He seems on the level. Why?
just like we can't read our phones here. I'm gonna check mine to make sure that it's doing the same thing.
Yep, yours is doing the same thing.
I don't know. I just feel uneasy about not having access to the outside world. So I'm hoping that the person that we left outside, who knows that we came in here,
Yep. You don't have anything
has a
inside
level
your
head
head that
on
can
their
get
shoulders.
that can contact out to you.
I never had need for that.
Fair enough.
I mean, you technically have a plug-in.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but there's a plugin that has exterior communication capability. Oh, you do have a plugin.
You know what? Why not? Like, I'll give that a try and see if I can send a text to the group chat and just be like, are you guys able to get this? And just
sending an email or a text message with your brain?
Yes.
I'll allow it. It's not exactly what your internal computer is meant for, but it can do a simple thing. I will say roll. What would this roll be? I'm
no
gonna
idea.
say this is. Let's say wits computers.
All right.
Because this is where my ideas start to outpace the system. Whoops.
I rolled a 1.
So you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
For the first time in a long time, your internal computer is offline. You're not sure whether or not it is your fault.
That's gonna be a no then. I apparently have no brain cells. I am very curious about what happens when we turn in this fruit, though.
I take it your other skills don't let you communicate out in a useful fashion.
No, that's not really.
That's not a thing you do. Got
good
it.
application for things that I do.
That would be way too helpful for a mage.
There are definitely spheres that'll do it. Like, yeah, correspondence.
There's a whole sphere called mind.
Yeah, but I don't have that, so.
I know. I was just making fun of mages.
Tricky doesn't know that much about magic.
Well, not about other people's magic. You know some about vampire magic.
Well, yeah.
Hold on, I just want to check something in a book. God damn it, book. Have a better.
Well, that's right. I also presumably have a conservative badge, don't I? I have a sticker on my badge.
Yep, you're still wearing your badges.
Yep.
Where is the index? Oh, I hate everything.
Well.
Okay, so y'all are heading for the.
I suppose we'll want to keep playing until we see an exit point then.
Okay. Well, you walk into the outpost, and it's very much like a little country general store. And it is super cute. And there is a character. You're very sure this is a character and not a play. Well, this is an NPC within this game. That's gonna get fun. So you definitely see a game NPC, a video game NPC that looks like a walking, talking raccoon.
Right.
As he is talking to another player, what you hear, since you are not in that conversation, is some form of gibberish.
We don't even get to find out this person's name is Tom Nook, but
Okay, I'm just gonna do the smart thing and. Sorry, I forgot to look something up before we started. Oh, fuck it. Well, we'll just see how this goes. Okay. There's only a half hour left. We'll see where we are. Yeah, you do not see any clear exit points here, but, you know, the the human sells this guy some coconuts that are normal coconut shaped, at least. Because all of these fruits seem to be about standard size, which is the largest of them, and then he kind of looks behind him and kind of points at this axe that's just a roughly hewn stone on the end of it. And the raccoon picks it up off the wall, and or rather, the cartoon animal picks one from behind the counter and hands it to the guy, and he's just, puts it in his backpack and is like,
okay. Yep.
So,
okay, so
yeah, y'all.
We can also go off and talk to the raccoon.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're next in line. So, and what he says is, but what you hear is, hello, visitors. How have you been enjoying our forests and fields today? So you somehow feel like you understand what it's saying, but when you actively listen to it, however, which one of you approaches first? Because only one of you can hear him at a time.
I will.
Yeah, so
okay, sure.
So rather, Klaus gets that effect, and Petruchio, all you can hear is what the fuck? So he sounds like Cousin It.
I'm gonna respond like,
welcome, Forager.
This is really cool. What do I do with these peaches?
Well, you sell them to me for credits, and then with those credits, you can buy various items in our general store.
Ah. And okay, I will sell the peaches then.
Thank you. What wonderful produce you have brought us today. Thank you. These are worth 5 credits each. So to get all together, that is 50 credits.
Okay.
And if you look, and now that you look at where this guy is pointing, you start seeing the price tags kind of like 60, 50, 100, 30. And it's like, Petruchio, you see none of this.
Yep.
Huh.
Because I'm not interacting with them yet. Right.
So it's another possible game flaw.
I'm gonna be like, Petruchio,
Bugger
this is
feature.
weird.
So weird.
So what's going on?
I can understand the raccoon and I can see prices on the wall.
Huh.
You also
Wonder how they're doing the selective communication. The perception seems easy. I guess they're projecting to people individually. So what I hear doesn't necessarily have to be what you hear. Oh, that's fascinating.
No, but I'm hearing both. Huh.
And there's tools, there's things that are kind of weapony looking, and then there's also like basically books that are like, recipes. Some of these items you can learn to make by yourself using the raw materials that you forage from our fields and forests. And then those items you can also resell at our general store.
Okay. I'm gonna, I've got my money. I'm gonna just, back out of I don't know how the interface works, but I'm not gonna buy anything right now.
You get a sense that you have 50 credits. You're not sure how, because it's not like there's a game screen projected. You just get a sense of your bank balance.
Huh. That's kind of freaky.
Yep. I will also sell my...
Close to your heart. Capitalism as a religion.
I appreciate that.
You have no idea. So yeah, Petruchio. Petruchio, what do you do? Because you have an apple that you half ate.
Oh, did we put all of the peaches in?
Okay. Did you take half and half, or what?
I think we took half and half.
Okay, or there could have easily just been another peach tree. So you also have 10 peaches. Hello, Forager. How are you enjoying our fields and forests? Do you have any produce to sell?
Is there an exit near here?
I do not understand that question.
Fair enough. I would like to sell my peaches.
Very well. Oh, by exit, do you mean going to the farm level?
Sure.
Once you have foraged and sold to 5,000 credits, you get to go to the farm.
How do I leave the game?
I do not understand the question.
That is a flaw. Um,
Now you see, the family dog was very sick, so we sent it out to live on the farm.
oh. Okay, I'm gonna start trying to probe. This game clearly has a few flaws in it. It's pretty solid, but I want to see if I can find some exploitable bug.
Okay. Do you want to roll for that?
Yeah, sure. I'm a hacker. That's my skill set. What are we calling for that?
So are you looking for a flaw that you can detect from your senses now? Because you can't really hack with your phone if you can't.
Oh no, I'm probing. No, yeah, I'm entirely probing through interaction. I'm not trying to find things that I can hack. Yeah.
So this will still count your new hacker bonus.
Yep.
Ooh. So yeah, roll wits. I will allow wits hacking. I will allow wits investigation. But with your with the +2
Sure.
for hacking.
Yep. So that's a 6 base. Plus 10 again. So 23. Because apparently the dice like me tonight.
Okay. So, and this is all, okay, Jesus Christ. All right, well, you're looking around the store and you're looking at the various items for sale. And you haven't tried building anything yet, so that might be something you want to try. No matter how many times you rephrase it, you cannot get this character to tell you where the exit is.
Oh yeah, no, clearly that wasn't going to happen. That's why I was looking for, okay, are there exploits?
You do notice that there is there is an item that, you know, while you're looking at the wall of items that it's like, you know, price tags. There is one thing that doesn't have a price tag on it. Maybe it's meant to be more of a like there are a few things like various decorations. There's one that says something on it, just like a little embroidery hoop, just, you know, brown text on a white background and a wooden embroidery hoop. And it says, "The simple life is an authentic life."
Sure, I want to start trying to buy the items that don't have price tags.
I'm sorry, that item is not for sale.
I will try to sell the item that does not have a price tag.
Like what you have on you?
Well, I don't have it. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Have my
pick it up.
foam sword.
Sure.
You've still got it with you. It's just, yeah. Okay, I do not know what this is, but I will give you 5 credits for it.
That's built in. That's not a hack. That's not a bug.
Okay.
Can I interact in any way with any of the items without price? Well, actually, particularly you said there was a simple life thing. What was the other thing that didn't have a price tag?
There's like a flower in a little vase. There's actually, I would say that this is most. There are a few like a few decorative banners that are like the outpost, general store.
Are there other people in this place right now?
Not right now. Like, I will say that with the 23, like, you try to climb over the counter to get behind the counter, and you kind of don't do it. Like, you make the physical motion, and you just sort of end up right where you started, and nothing seems to be angry or fighting at you. The raccoon person is just like, "Can I help you?" And
but yes, finding myself into an area of the game you're not supposed to get into would totally be something I'd be trying to do.
Huh.
yeah, you
Up, down,
Does
up,
this
down, left,
look-
right, left, right, B, A.
you try
Well,
to
more sliding behind the backdrop so you can just walk between rooms.
There you go.
you try to open windows. You can open the windows and you go through them and you're still in the game.
Or
Does
clipping
this,
through the walls,
like,
or
look any like different than you're describing it to me? Because like I can't understand the raccoon obviously, but I can probably see Petruchio pulling.
Oh,
some
that's
fuck
true.
shit.
I can also try to work with
Um,
Klaus to see whether
Yeah.
whether one can exploit the differences between what it's projecting to us.
Yeah, well, you see, like I said, Petruchio tries climbing over the counter, and you see them do it, but they just don't do it. Like almost seeing a cat try to leap onto a high surface, and they only kind of go, like, up 2 inches, and thump. Whoops. Bad cat. And you see him, go through the windows, open the windows and go through them, and then just come out the other, come back in the door, and it's like, well, that didn't work.
So
That here brings up a good point in chat. If this game is enforcedly G-rated, would getting yourself kicked be an option?
Is it the Lego Lord of the Rings route? Since that's a kid's game, instead of getting shot with an arrow, you get shot with a banana. Or in 77 Hobbit, and you just spin off screen.
You get us. You try taking off your. I'm gonna save that 23 because it's not exactly applicable here, but I've.
Yes, we want to force exit. That'll do it. I'm not sure we want to do that force exit,
You break
but
a window and go through it, and then you come back in, and it's knitted itself back together. Klaus, it's almost like you blink and it's just whole again. You try to take your clothes off, and they just end up back on you.
Feel free to direct me somehow, because I don't understand what the fuck's going on here, but you're a technology person, and
How about you two think about that for a bit? We're gonna go back outside because
Yes, please.
Holiday is still talking to Marcus Banyip. So, and he's now that you see him close up, he seems to be some form of beast. So he's got very his mortal seeming is nice tan complexion, close crop black close cut black hair, and dark brown eyes. His beast seeming, he looks kind of like a big friendly bulldog. So he got the floppy ears, and he's got kind of more lines in his face. And he's like, yeah, so what's up? I will have to keep talking to customers or testers as they come through.
3 things. One, actually, before I start this, do I remember this having an adverse effect on people who, from my military training, from people who do these a lot, about them coming out tired, changelings coming out drained of glamour, that sort of an effect where it...
Well, that's the thing. This is technology you've heard of. Given your background, I won't make you roll for it. You've been through this training in the Imperial Defense Force.
Yeah.
There are no changelings in the Imperial Defense Force.
There were in the Marines, though, which I served in back in the day.
No.
Yeah.
Back during the war. Even then, so the Corps didn't just outlaw Supernats out overnight. There were already changelings were kind of few on the ground, but yeah, you did know 1 or 2 during the war. There are no changelings left in that force anymore because
the EFFT was disbanded. Yeah.
So you've seen changelings go through that training with anyone else, and they seem fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't have sometimes the state of being a changeling is means kind of permanent sense of PTSD.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So once in a while, someone might have a clarity freak out if something was too close to another experience.
Okay.
Or sometimes someone would reflexively do something magical that wouldn't always work because it's a computer simulation.
Yeah.
And it was a bit weird. But aside from that, like, a changeling who went through it and was just, going through regular training, rigmarole, and it's just like, you get tired because you are physically interacting with it. And you do come out sweaty because you are physically interacting and moving and running and jumping and punching, whatever it was you thought you were doing that too. But no adverse effect on Supernats that you are aware of.
Now, being semi-intelligent, could I extrapolate that if a very clever changeling were capable of doing it, could they program a way to harvest glamour off of humans using this type of technology?
Roll. What? That's gonna be a roll.
Wits called, maybe?
I think that would be intelligence. Yeah, intelligence and occult.
Try that. Let's see. Intelligence. Okie doke. I have an 11.
Okay, so... Like, I mean, you could use VR technology... Well, you could use a video game to evoke emotions out of a human.
Okay.
And through that, harvest their tasty, tasty emotions. But it's weird that they're all, if this guy is doing that, he's here and not inside there with them.
And I don't know of anything that would be like a glamour battery or a glamour storage device.
Not
that is a thing.
Not with an 11.
Okay.
I mean, a glamour storage device is what goblin fruit kind of is, but it grows on its own.
Okay. So now I will commence with the conversation I was about to have.
Some of them taste like batteries.
The snozzberries taste like snozzberries.
Yep, so, yeah, talking
So-
to Marcus, it's like, so what's up?
3 things. 1, do you have legal representation?
I've been a little vague about that, because I really was working more on the game, but yeah, once we start, I can only distribute this so much on my own as a changeling. So, if I'm getting, if the megacorps want to court us, I'm gonna need an intermediary, but I don't think either of us would be able to, unless you're pitching someone else's services.
You might be surprised what I can have the megacorps do. Business card, just in case it comes up.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks.
2, just in the wildest possibility of possibilities, are you using this as an essence battery to set up an opium den to harvest glamour off of people? Just on the wild, improbable chance that this could be what you're doing.
Wow. You are giving me ideas, but I am on it.
Because this feels like an opium den to me.
No, I mean, this would be, I mean, I guess it depends on what court you are.
Because in an arcade, you have 10 to 15 people playing this at a time. You pop a changeling in there, you can just absorb the essence off of whatever happens to be in there, and then you have a problem.
Okay, I'm not actually in a court, so I don't know. I know how that works with like each.
I am.
Okay, well, like you seem warm, so not Summer, the Nova. Summer or Nova?
I'm Summer. Yeah, Novian.
Novian. Yeah, those are actually 2 different courts that just do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Also, note to changelings, even though Second Ed only gave 4 seasonal courts, all of the courts from First Ed are not only in the campaign as I'm running it, they're all in Eden City. Changeling politics is really fucking weird. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what court I'm not sure if there's a court of change. Like, I made a very chill game. Like,
This seems like something Spring would be really, really interested in.
Yeah. I mean, partially I was inspired to do this because, like, so many people like us have a lot of their own emotions to work through and maybe need, like, something more calming.
Okay.
So, but,
You're not doing anything that's going to get anybody, what's the word I want to use? Into trouble. You're not tapping into anything that you shouldn't. You're not building anything that's going to cause us to, have people looking at us funny, because we have that problem anyway.
No, no one who sees a changeling will be able to clock, oh, you're a Frontiersville player.
Filthy
Okay.
rules.
How precisely does one get out of this game? Because that's one of the problems we ran into with the Sims, is that you could sometimes get lost in one of these and not figure out how to get out.
Oh, it's just like, well, I've never been through one of the military sims myself. My understanding is you basically, like, well, I mean, all they have to do is ask the characters in the game, like, how can I go home, or how can I exit? And they'll just tell you, oh, just clap your hands 3 times and you'll be out.
Oh, that didn't work.
No, you tried that, but you can't communicate with the outside world. Oh no. So that.
Is there any way to shut the simulation off for specific people?
They would have to shut it off themselves. I mean, if someone's having a medical emergency, there's, I mean, the light turns green for too many people. It turns red for emergency. Because it can, just for the sake of insurance at the convention, like, we do have some just, like, health.
Hey, Klaus, it's time to put that medical knowledge you have to use.
we have some light medical scans. Just, I mean, it's controlled for certain types of supernats. So if someone walks in there without a heartbeat, it's not gonna freak out. There are ways and there are ways. Yeah, so we have, for insurance purposes for this convention, like, we had to set up medical detectors, and we have a way of, when I saw that was a requirement, I realized I really should add that, so that's part of the system now.
Okay.
But, like, you mean, like, just call someone? Like...
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I can patch Hardline in and just say, so and so, the lights on your hovercraft are on. Please exit the game by doing this. And
if you would do that for Petruchio, that would be well advised.
Oh.
And if you
Okay.
If you don't mind, I will see about contacting the Court of Spring and the couple of the others who would be very, very interested in this technology. See if you might be able to find more funding within the courts.
I mean, I know that the courts are pretty powerful in town. I was looking for a megacorp, but that's like
This may tide you over until you get a megacorp to back you.
I mean, I already have some changeling investors from other systems, but yeah, I mean, more friends in the Expanse, I wouldn't say no to that.
Okay.
All right, so let me, and he, sort of takes his data pad and kind of pulls out a cable and plugs it into a little panel, kind of discreetly, like, there's, like, kind of discreetly to the side, like, basically he was standing right in front of it, and he just sort of turns around and plugs a thing in and pulls out another thing that's a little microphone, and it's like, Mix Petruchio, please clap your hands 3 times and exit the game. Someone in the convention needs to speak to you. And he's like, okay, and I guess now we wait.
Excellent.
What did Petruchio hear?
Nothing.
Ah.
Oh no.
Obviously.
I dislike this immensely.
You should.
Do we want to cut back to the game, or do we want to cut somewhere else?
well, for the moment, what are Presley and Dune doing?
Gathering up cousins in the bar, basically. I mean, we've got the rugby team, of course.
Oi!
The rugby team, of course, Presley is currently surrounded by more tall men than she's ever seen in her life. They've ever seen in her life, basically.
Some of them are definitely flirting with Presley.
Oh, yes.
Of many genders. There are men, women, non-binaries, all play rugby, all are huge.
Yes.
And kind of fluffy looking. And have weird tattoos, and it's awesome. And lots of people buying Presley drinks.
Most of them are at least some flavor of Welsh or other small British.
Many people are flirting with Presley, but also respecting her boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
So no one's being an asshole, because a lot of these folks come from the wolf country, where there are too many assholes.
And I appreciate it.
If you're an asshole in a wolf blood bar, you find yourself summarily ejected from the wolf blood bar.
We didn't come here for that, boot.
Yeah. No means no.
Unless it is another word that you've previously identified as the substitute for the word no.
Unless you have an agreement, that's the last word on the subject. So
yeah, so there's a very bro energy, a very non-gendered bro energy, if I can call it that, but it's a very inclusive bro energy.
Yeah. We love a good bro energy.
And there's also a certain amount of we're gonna mess up this party, but also this party is because assholes from out of system are trying to horn in on our territory, which is big for wolf bloods.
No assholes in this system, except the wolf country. Yes, I know. Yeah, they're all put in it. Woot.
Yeah, so, there's a vague. It's very bro inclusive, but it's also kind of like girding ourselves for battle kind of stuff.
Basically, it's a flash moot. There we go.
There you go. Somebody started karaoke in the back impromptu.
The hotel bar is kind of like, well, this isn't what we expected, but they're tipping well, and they're paying for their drinks, and they're very cordial. Yeah, okay, this is fine.
And the brawl hasn't started yet, so no brawling yet. Gotta save that for the later.
Well, there are bars specifically where the bar room brawl is part of the schedule every day, like in Hell.
Yes,
Hell,
the 11
right?
o'clock. Yeah, the 11 o'clock brawl in Hell. Both 11 o'clocks, doesn't matter.
Because, like I said, viewers, this system and this city were founded by space Vikings. Yay!
So,
but there's also a space Weston, because I say so.
Your friends, they're smart, yes? Yes. How'd you know? Well, because they didn't join in a brawl with a bunch of werewolves.
I mean, it's not only the wolf bloods in Hell who are brawling, but
I was stealing a bit of dialogue from Girl Genius.
Ah,
yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Patricio, back in the game, because we've got about 5 minutes left. You are not having any luck with trying to hack this interface directly, but you did roll a 23. So I will get. So you eventually use your credits to buy all of the recipe books.
Yep.
And you're you're flipping through them, and then you get to this thing, which is it's supposed to be some kind of like iron stove for a sauna.
Mm-hmm.
So if Klaus could buy some stone axes, then you guys you two can go hit some rocks, which you hear before you see other people doing it, and get some iron and some clay, and then if you hit the trees with the axe, wood comes out that you can also use, but it doesn't cut down the tree. And one of the players, you do see some of the players with various axes, and you ask, what's the deal with the axes? Oh, well, if you hit a tree with a stone axe, the tree doesn't fall down, because then you get a stump, and that can give you other benefits. But if you hit it with just a stone axe, you get
wood, and it's slower, but the tree doesn't fall down, as you can keep doing it infinitely.
And unfortunately, one of those one of the trees you harvested for wood had a hornet's nest in it, and you did not have a net. So then since which Klaus, odds or evens?
Odds.
You get stung by you were the one hitting the tree with the axe, so you get stung by the wasps. So now you have to go pick some more fruit and go back to the general store because you don't have enough. Oh, actually no. There is a recipe to turn a wasp's nest into medicine.
Okay.
Which one of the other players helpfully tells you, "Oh, it's okay. You'll be fine." You don't seem to be taking...
And I bought all the recipe books. So
yeah, you bought all the recipe books. And there is outside of the general store, there is a little there was, you did notice a little like kind of one of those desks with like the rubber mat and the rulers on it, and it's like, "Oh, I build things here." Okay. And you see someone else build stuff. So once you have gone through all of the steps, you have no idea how long you've been doing this.
none whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
I'm like alternating at this point between being really into it and also like really desperate to leave.
Yep.
Yeah, Petruchio, you've heard of simulations like this being able to also crunch time. Maybe that's what's happening?
Yeah, well, that's
And
one of the reasons. The only reason I looked at my phone originally was I was trying to figure out is it crunching time.
Yeah,
But...
and that would explain why people are leaving before the place can fill up, but it's still like you can't find an exit, but you do have a source of fire. And
then we could set things on fire.
And you have wood and you have fire, and you basically now have a stick that is on fire.
This is starting to become less like Animal Crossing and more like Spore, when you go from creature stage to tribal stage and you strike the guy and you got a stick with fire on it.
Yeah. And one of the other gamers like, "Oh, I tried setting my brother on fire before. You can't do that." And yeah, because you got a 23.
I wanted to burn the whole place down.
I feel bad narrating this, but you did roll a 23 and you are kind of lost. So, you find a bit of fencing.
What can you set on fire?
Yeah. Or rather, you go to the wall of the general store, because at this point, you still haven't been able to find a way out. Do you ask?
I think I'm really hating the raccoon.
None of the players know how to get out.
Yeah, I do occasionally. I do ask the players to some of the. That's certainly something I come up with that I ask the players. I'm a little leery of starting a panic, but hey, if someone starts seems to be starting to panic, I can always hypnotize them. So
I don't know. And so what you get from the players, because this will also involve your 23. I don't know how to get out. I guess you should just ask at the general store. I don't really want to leave, though. I don't even know how long we've been here. And they look at their phones, they look at their watches, like, "Oh, I don't know."
It's probably not that important.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You never think a simple life could be this nice, but I guess, virtual reality, and they just go back on whatever they were doing. But that is, you are definitely getting a Stepford Wives vibe. So then at this point, you're like, what happens if I set the wall of the cabin on fire?
Yep.
Arson, arson, arson.
So you do that. And now I want you to make a roll of... That's not the best roll for you, but
Arson.
What willpower's for. Willpower adds a +3 in the system.
Roll wits and subterfuge.
Oh, that's a roll I am good at.
I'm not sure if that's proper, but fuck it, this is my game.
Sure. So that's going to be a 7. I assume this is not hacking. This is something else.
I would say I would allow your hacking bonus.
Sure. So 9. Dice are less hot, but 12.
So you set fire, and so you have a bit of the wall is now on fire. And you get the distinct impression that somehow it is staring back at you in confusion.
The wall.
The wall. And it is 10 p.m., so that is where we will leave it. The wall is on fire!
We should give Presley more to do next time.
Our house is burning down.
It's just one little isolated bit of fire. It doesn't seem to be spreading, but it's staring at you in sad confusion.
I believe the next thing for me to do is to try to dominate the fire, but we can save that for next session.
And at no point did you hear anyone say, Mix Petruchio, please clap your hands 3 times and exit the game.
Nope.
No one heard it. Not
well, for all I know, it couldn't have been said. It might not have been said yet. However,
I was muted, but when you said that, I definitely just went, yikes!
oh, is that on the wall? The fire is staring. Is the wall staring back at me, or the fire staring back at me?
You're not sure. The part of the wall that is on fire is staring at you.
Okay.
I just feel really bad because you rolled a 23, and it's okay. Well, I'll see what I can do. That breaks something. I just can't figure out how. Okay.
This wall. Meanwhile, Dune and Bryceley have no idea something is wrong and are caking it up in the bar.
Yep.
Getting ready for the night.
One question. Did y'all let Holiday in on the group chat? Nope, then okay.
No. No, he's not on the team yet.
Yeah, but I would assume that he at least has Priceley's number.
Oh yeah, I'll give him some.
He's got Bryce's number.
I will exchange some information around so
We
that
may have
Holiday.
given him the same
Do I
group
find out that
that
Holiday's
he's
is
on.
Holiday a lawyer? Is that part of the deal?
Yes.
So I do find out that Holiday's a lawyer as part of our little discussion. I
We
assume.
might have put him on the same group chat that Jimothy is on. It's not the group chat that we all talk on, but it is a group chat for the company.
The big
New
group chat. So, yeah.
So I think we found the plot.
I think we did. Did we find the plot, Chris?
Or did the plot find you?
You found a plot.
Meanwhile, Dune and Bryce are inventing their own plot.
This is fine.
Which is also okay.
If
Someone
Dune
just-
has to fix,
Oh, that's actual Dracus. Shouting arson in the chat.
Arson, arson, arson.
It's just a
Yeah.
happy little
Burn
kawaii
it down,
video game.
burn it down.
yeah, if Dune's setting on something on fire, it's probably going to be the tent that the VR is in. So
So yeah, chat, that was our game today. A harmless kawaii video game of little animal people and spaced out people playing it who just never want to leave, and everything's fine.
Animal Crossing in space, gone very wrong.
Oh yes.
So hello, I am Ms. Chrysilla. I am the GM, so I've been playing everyone except these guys, or these folks. And I'm usually running all of the social media accounts, so if you talk to Magic Fish Radio in any capacity, you're probably talking to me. But I'm also that on the social medias as my civilian account. So yes, thank you for watching our ridiculous... I usually go for a leverage level of darkness. But my natural habitat is Changeling the Dreaming, so if that's not obviously apparent by this point, I don't know how to explain that to you. So yeah, let's make our outro round. While I look for someone to raid. Zardoz, who is you? IRL.
IRL, I'm Matt. You can find me at Watson Future Doctor on Twitter. I'm a Zardoz Magnificent in a bunch of other places. I write a lot of things. here and there, now and again.
Okay. All right, Klaus. Who are you today?
Hi,
Overtly.
I'm Dracus. Been playing Klaus. I'm actual Dracus on most social media platforms. Haven't really been actively posting anything anywhere recently because schoolwork. But yeah.
Next, Petruchio. Who are you today when you're at home?
Sure. I'm Josh, frequently known on the net as Neme, M-N-E-M-E, or M-N-E-M-E-X, as I am in the chat here. And you can find me various places, including occasionally on YouTube.
Woohoo! And Dune. Who are you when you're at home? Well,
I'm Mark. I play Dune the Wolfblood. I'm not really on the social medias. I mean, I have a Tumblr, but it's not something I promote. Why would you do that? I mean, what even? I like to watch Masters of the Metaverse on Mondays. Coming up on the penultimate episode. Season 8's the last season. This is the second to last episode this coming Monday. And then the show will the universe will continue into a new show called The Reliables, using a different rule system. Sometime later not later next year, but like next year sometime, probably like, January later. Yeah. That's all I have to promote. I'm not a really very interesting person.
and Trix. I'm sorry. Pricely. Who are you now played by?
Hello, I am Trix or Trixie, and you can find me on Instagram at artsy_nerdling. Usually it's pottery. I'm revamping it to be more art since I can't get into a pottery studio.
That's a mood. Alright, I can't tell if Pixel Circus is running an RPG or a video game, but let's raid them tonight.
Sounds legit.
Sounds legit. They did a fun puppet game this week that I need to rewatch. Or I need to actually watch the first time because I was not feeling well last night when it aired. So, again, thank you all for coming. This is Magic Fish Radio. I am hoping that soon the radio part will actually become relevant to this channel, but it's been a rough year. But thank you all for coming to watch, and again, players, thank you for gaming with me in this weird, insane world I've half built from some weird LARP company's weird idea. Because it has been hard to find players for this game, and now we have them, and it's awesome. Yay!
Hooray for the new people.
New people! Yay! It only took us 2 months to find noobs. Yay! And I hope y'all I hope all you players had a good time tonight.
Yeah.
It was a bit tricky. It's always a bit tricky the first game of the new players in the regular campaign. And this is a bit different because it started as a module, so I wrote the initial 4 characters, and it was going to just be 4 episodes, and then it's like, but this is fun. And we get to explore so much more as a tabletop game than we ever could if it were a LARP. So, or at least the way those LARPs were run in that organization. So, yeah, chat, please come see us again, bring your friends, tell your friends, watching the VODs, that's also cool, because lots of other people that are not me have lives on Saturday nights. I don't remember what that's like.
Living la vida loca.
Living la vida dorka.
There you go.
Hashtag Spoonie Life.
I hope this is a life on Saturday night.
For me it is, but, you know, with how hard it is to find more players for a stream game, you'd be surprised. I don't know what else there is to do but game on a Saturday night in quarantine. Anyway, so yeah, everyone, hold on, and follow us on our social medias. They are linked on our page. Follow us, bring us more followers, so that we can be affiliates, and then we can run fun chat interaction stuff. And make this way more zany. And I like zany.
Come back next week for Party Crashers.
Oh yeah, so so far we are scheduled to not have game this Saturday, but
Right.
my Thanksgiving plans just changed dramatically in which they are not technically happening. And you know, that is happening to a lot of folks, so we will probably, unless the whole cast is here, which I strongly doubt, we might have next episode, or we might just have another one-shot, because we are fond of one-shots. And if that's the case, and you're curious about trying a stream game, like, you know, hit me up for information, we will talk, and we'll see if you want to drop in as a one-shot player. Because we don't mind having more of those on the roster, too. Because generally, you know, scheduling conflicts happen, especially in the middle of a real-world apocalypse. So, maybe see you next week. Definitely see you in 2 weeks. I don't know, my calendar ran out of space. And get ready to raid the Pixel Circus. So, yeah, bye, chat.
11, 13.
Bye.
You all later.
Bye.